To another constant rate of change video, and I'm going to use method 1 for this problem. I'm going to do a second problem using proportion. Hola, bienvenidos a un nuevo video de tasa de cambio constante, y este es el método número 1. Voy a usar tablas. En un futuro video usaré regla de 3 simple o proporciones. My problem says Frank drives 480 miles in 6 hours if he drives at a constant rate of change. Constant rate of change. Okay, and I need to answer, how many miles does he drive per hour? B, how many miles he drives in 8 hours, and how long it will take him to drive 960 miles. Frank condujo 480 millas en 5 horas. Si esto es una velocidad constante, tasa de cambio constante, responderemos, ¿cuántas millas por hora maneja? ¿Cuántas millas manejará en 8 horas? ¿Cuánto tiempo le tomará, para manejar 960 millas? Okay, I'm going to do it with a table right here. I'm going to use a table, okay? Remember, I'm not using proportion. I will use proportion in a second video, okay? So I'm going to use a table. Now, I have to see right here, okay? Identify the two units that I have, miles and hours, okay? That's the first thing that I have to do. Identify the different units, okay, miles and hours. Now I have to see the numbers. With the miles, I have 480. With hours, I have 6. My advice to you is to choose on the top the one that has the lowest number. This is 6, this is 480. So hours is smaller. So I'm going to write down my hours on the top and miles at the bottom. Ok, lo que voy a hacer aquí es una tabla. Con esta tabla lo que yo quiero hacer es, voy a identificar las dos unidades diferentes. Las magnitudes en este caso diferentes. Tengo millas y tengo horas, ¿entendido? Millas y horas. Ahora, porque tengo millas y tengo horas, voy a ver el siguiente paso, ver cuál de ellos es más pequeño. 6 es más pequeño que 480. Esas unidades, magnitudes, la voy a poner arriba. So my hours is going to be at the top and my miles is going to be at the bottom. And then write down the numbers. 6 goes with hours and 480 goes with the miles. El 6 va con las horas y el 480 con las millas. Es lo primero que ustedes deben de hacer, ¿entendido? Entonces luego vamos a continuar. Now, right here, because it says it's a constant rate of change, como dice una velocidad constante, we should be able to find the equation to find the miles, the number of miles, okay? So how I'm going to do is 6 times what number is 480? 6 times what number is 480? So because it's at a constant rate of change, I need to multiply 6 times 80, because we know 6 times 8 is 48. So that means 6 times 80 is going to be 480. Lo que dice aquí es 6 por qué número me da 480 por 80. Entonces esa va a ser nuestra constante de variación. So in order to get the miles, I need to multiply 80 times the number of hours. Okay, so that's my first equation. My second equation, it should be using, the same number, and I'm going to get my hours. My hours is going to be, miles divided by 80. I'm just using the first equation and solve for hours. Lo que dice aquí es la segunda ecuación debería ser, si quiero dejar las horas solas, debo de dividir a 80 de ambos lados y me quedó la cantidad de horas, millas por 80. O sea que si quiero contener la cantidad de horas, divido a 80 y me da la cantidad de horas. So if I divide it by 80, 480 divided by 86. So that's how I got my number of hours. Number of hours. So again, 480 divided by 80 equals 6. So that's how I got right here. Okay, so now, question 1. Question 1, it says, how many miles per hour? Per means 1. ¿Cuántas millas por hora? Por hora significa 1. Because it's per hour, 1 hour, it should go with this. And I'm going to write down my 1 here. Como dice aquí, por 1 hora, voy a ponerle en la dirección de la hora. Y ya está. Entonces, vamos a la segunda pregunta. La segunda pregunta dice, ¿cuántas millas en 8 horas? Millas en 8 horas. 8 horas. Uy, 8 horas, ¿entendido? Entonces, como dice 8 horas, debe de estar con las horas. So now my 8 is going to be, again, the same, okay, hours, because it's with the hours. So I'm doing this one right here, 8 hours, okay, 8 hours right here. So now I have 8 and I'm trying to find A right here. So this is my A and this is my B, okay. Esta va a ser para la A y la B. Ahora voy con la C. La C dice, ok, la C dice que vamos a hacer cuánto tiempo le va a tomar para manejar 960 millas. So C says that how long it's going to take him to drive 960 miles. 960 miles, so it should be with the miles. So I'm going to write down 960 right here, and this is going to be C. I'm trying to find the number of hours. So what we're going to do here is, if we're multiplying, okay, by 80, okay, if in order to get the miles, we multiply by 80, so 1 times 80 is going to be 80. So that's 8. 8 is going to be, okay, the question is how many miles he drives per hour. He's going to drive 80 miles per hour. Lo que dice aquí es, ok, 1 por 80, porque por cada hora, ok, por cada hora se maneja 80 millas. Entonces multipliqué y me dio 80, lo que quiere decir que maneja 80 millas por hora. Para la B lo que voy a hacer es 8 por 60, 8 por 80 y me va a dar 640 y eso va a estar aquí, ya que dice cuántas millas manejará en 8 horas, va a manejar 640. So for B, again, I need to multiply by 80, okay, in order to get the number of miles right here. In order to get the number of miles, I multiply 80 times the number of hours, which is 8 times 80 is 640. So my answer for B is going to be how many miles he will drive in 8 hours. He will drive 640 miles in 8 hours. So for C, now I have to do my C. I'm going backwards. Now I have the number of miles, which means that in order to find the number of hours, okay, I have the number of miles and I'm trying to get the number of hours. I need to divide it by 80. Okay, 960 divided by 80. Cancel out the zeros. 96 divided by 8 is 12. So it's going to be 12 right here. Okay, 12 right here. So that means my answer is going to be 12 hours. It will take him 12 hours to drive 960 miles. Para la C tengo lo opuesto, ¿ok? ¿Cuánto tiempo le tomará para manejar 960 millas? Entonces debo de dividir 960 entre 80. Y 960 entre 80, 960 entre 80, dividimos, simplificamos los ceros, 96 entre 8 es 12. Por lo tanto, la respuesta va a ser, para la C, va a ser, ok, en 12 horas él va a manejar las 960 millas. Okay, so this is the first method, the first way how to do this problem. Again, in a future video, I will do the same problem using proportion. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, any comments, please don't forget to help me, and if you can subscribe to my channel, I will really appreciate it. Ok, muchas gracias, y en un futuro video haré el mismo problema usando proporción. Si les gustan los videos, no se olviden de suscribirse y gracias.